Okay, hello everyone. In today's video I'll be reviewing the Orange Pi 5 single board computer, which you can see right here. I used this acrylic case to put my Orange Pi 5 SBC in it, basically. And this SBC has, I think you could use a M.2 NVMe 2230 SSD in there. You have to use a short one. You can't use the long one. You can't use the 2280 because it's too long for this. You could use a 2230. And I basically put rubber feet on the bottom of the acrylic case. And this thing has 8 cores. It uses a ROC RK3588S CPU. It has 8 cores. It has 4 ARM Cortex A76 and 4 ARM Cortex A55 at 2.4 gigahertz. And the transistor size for this CPU is 7 nanometers. Compare that to the Raspberry Pi 4, which I have right here. Has 4 cores of ARM Cortex A72 at 16 nanometers, so at 1.8 gigahertz. So it's clocked about 600 megahertz slower compared to this Orange Pi 5 PC. It has a regular HDMI, standard HDMI, which you can see right here. That is for the power. It's a USB-C plug, and this is a stereo 2.5 millimeter stereo jack. That is for if you want to add more USB devices. You could use a hub for that. It's a USB-C. That's for the LCD or something, if you want to use it to create a small, if you want to create a portable device which uses a LCD. And this is a RJ45. I think it's a gigabit internet. This is a USB 2.0 port, and these are 2 USB 3.0 ports. And the fan goes in right there. There's 3 pins, 1, 2, 3. Second pin is 5 volt. Third pin is ground, so that's a black cable. The red cable is for 5 volts. And the micro SD card goes in here. This comes out quite easily. All you do is you just put some pressure on it like this. Comes right out like that, simply. Goes in just like that. Just push it in. Whoops. Just snap right in place. It's harder to do on camera. Okay, just like that. Goes right in. I think that's a power or reset button. For me, I already have a power thing. So what I do is I put my USB-C power cable in there, from male to female right there, and I have a switch to turn it on and off. So this thing doesn't have an on and off switch. So I just use this cable to do that. And this connects into the power part right here. USB-C. Connects like so, and that's it. And this is where I connect my power adapter. It uses 5 volts at 4 amps, so about 20 watts of power this thing consumes. Compared to this is a Raspberry Pi 4. This would consume I think 3 amps at 5 volts, so that's about 15 watts for this thing. And the Raspberry Pi 4 uses I think it's micro HDMI cables, which is right here, which is not standard. I don't like that. I prefer the regular HDMI port like that. This is an Orange Pi PC, which I use a lot for retro gaming. And you can see the comparison between the size of the Orange Pi 5 and the Orange Pi 5 and the Orange Pi PC. You can see a comparison between the Raspberry Pi 4 and Orange Pi PC. The Orange Pi PC is bigger, as you can see. And the Raspberry Pi 4 has, I think it has 2 USB 3.0 ports and 2 USB 2.0 ports. Let me just take this out. Got 2 USB 3.0 ports and 2 USB 2.0 ports, and an RJ45 network gigabit LAN or internet. And it has a it doesn't have M.2 NVMe for this, for the Raspberry Pi 4. All you can use is the micro SD card, which you see right here. It doesn't have a retention pin like the Raspberry Pi, the Orange Pi, so you just have to pull it out like this, which is a little bit inconvenient. You pull it out, there's no spring which enables it to pop out. But the Orange Pi PC does also. It has a retention spring, so you could just push it in and it should just pop out just like that, like the Orange Pi 5, and you just stick it in. But this one goes upside down. Orange Pi PC is the top part, it's the opposite, so that's the only difference. But the layout of the Orange Pi PC and the Orange Pi 5 is the same, as you can see. It has, this one has 3 USB 2.0 ports. This one has 2 USB 3.0 and 1 USB 1.0, 3.0, 2.0 ports. This is a pretty powerful single board computer. I have used it for Batocera Linux, and I've tried some emulators on it, like the N64 emulator, which a lot of single board computers have problems emulating. This didn't have any problems emulating that, and I'll show you later. You can't just use the Batocera image from Batocera's website, because I tried it and I had a number of issues with it, like the audio wouldn't work. Also, when I tried to restart Batocera, it would crash, and also when I tried to start a game, it would crash all the time. But I'll give you a link to where you can find the Batocera version that works. Somebody fixed all the problems for that and got it to work perfectly. And my Orange Pi 5 has 4 gigabytes. However, you can get up to 32 gigabytes. You get 4 gigabytes, 8 gigabytes, 16 gigabytes, and 32 gigabytes. So going by 2 times. So 4 times 2, 8 times 2, 16 times 2 is 32. So you could get up to 32. But you're going to pay more money if you get more RAM. If you get more RAM for it. This one costs about $95 with shipping and tax and everything. It was quite an expensive SBC, probably one of the most expensive single board computers I ever bought. But It's definitely worth it. You could emulate a lot of stuff with it if you want to use it as an emulator. I haven't tried to use it for PlayStation 2 because the Batocera Linux that I got doesn't support PlayStation 2. But for everything else, it does run good, I have to say. And the number of GPIO pins this thing has is 26. As you can see right there, there's 26. Compared to Raspberry Pi 4, which has 40 GPIO pins. It's highly recommended that you put a fan in this thing, because this thing does run quite hot. And I always put fans in all the computer stuff I use. Any kind of computer, whether that be a single board computer or, of course, desktop computers and laptop computers must have fans. For microcontrollers, you don't need a fan. But for single board computers, I think you do need a fan. Put this back in. So those are the differences between it, and Raspberry Pi 4, if I didn't say already, uses the ARM Cortex A72 processor. It uses 4 of them at 1.8 gigahertz. This one, Raspberry Pi PC, let me see what kind of processor it uses. It uses a Cortex A7, which is a 32-bit processor. This is a pretty old SBC. It's been around for quite a while. It came out in August of 2015, the Orange Pi PC. So this is pretty old. But this is a pretty good emulation single board computers if you want to emulate anything at PlayStation 1 or under that. This thing is definitely probably the best single board computer I ever used. One of the best single board computers I ever used. It has a lot of power, and you could put a M.2 NVMe SSD in here. I plan to in the future put one of those in there. And next thing I'm going to show you is where you can get the images for this thing. You can get different versions of Linux, like Ubuntu and stuff like that. Basically, I'll show you where you can get it, and I'll show you how to install it also. The installation part's not that hard. I've done it on many videos, but I'll show you how to do it if it's your first time doing it. So I'm gonna go back to my computer and show you that. Okay, now back on my computer. So Batocera is right here. This is a website, but the image you get from here will not work. It's not perfected yet. There's a lot of bugs in it, so maybe in the future they'll fix it. So this is the Orange Pi 5 version of Batocera. This one doesn't work, so you have to get an improvised version. So you can get it from either one of these two URLs. I'll put it in the video descriptions below, so you could get it. So someone in the, I guess, GitHub community modified the file and got it to work correctly. They're essentially the same files, I think. Got the original and OP5. I think this is the one that I got. So you could try either one, see which one works best for you. And you'll need a few utilities or programs. You may need 7-zip, and you'll need a program called Vanilla Etcher to copy the operating system image to a micro SD card. So I'll leave the URLs to where you can get these two. And for different operating systems, you can go to Orange Pi's website, which is right here, and download different operating systems for the Orange Pi 5 single board computer. Make a URL, I'll copy the URL for that as well. So what I did now was I downloaded a copy of Ubuntu, which is right here. They also have Raspberry Orange Pi OS Droid. You can get whatever you want. I like Ubuntu Linux. I also like Debian Linux as well, but this is the one that I downloaded. You can also get an image of Android as well if you want. Whatever you want, you can get. You can get Batocera on these two URLs. I'll leave that in the video descriptions below as well, and you can download it and try it out. And I'll be running it as well. After you download the image, it's quite simple. You just have to run Etcher. So depending on how the operating system was put in there. So for Ubuntu, for example, this is zipped in, I think the format is 7-zip file, so I have to unzip it to use it. I can't just use it in vanilla Etcher because it won't detect it. I'll show you. I can't see Ubuntu because it's zipped. So I'll show you how to. So we got to use 7-zip. If you install it on your computer, 7-zip is right here. You just download the one for your operating system. For me, I have Windows 11 64-bit system Pro, so I select that one and download it and install it, and that's it. And here, go to File Extract, create a folder called Orange Ubuntu. Extract all the files to that directory. For Batocera, you don't have to unzip anything. You could just copy the image. Make sure you have a USB to USB adapter for the micro SD card. Show you what it is. Something like this. This is SD card reader USB. You'll need something like this, preferably USB 3.0 because it's faster. I'll leave this in the video descriptions below if you don't have one already. Let me see the progress of this now. Okay, I have one called Ubuntu. Now I can copy the image to with the vanilla etcher. Let me insert the USB drive into my computer. Then connected. Start the program. Select the image. Ubuntu. Select this. Okay. Select the target drive. This is what I'm going to select. Make sure you select the right drive, because if you have a USB drive in there that you don't want to write over, make sure you just remove it from your computer. Remember which letter it is, because it's going to erase everything in there. So it's iDrive, and I know that now. Select that, flash it. This will take several minutes for it to complete. You could do the same thing with Batocera as well. When it does that, just X out of it. Just ignore it. That's all you have to do to flash the image of the operating system to a micro SD card. And this usually takes anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. It takes a little bit of time. So next thing I'm going to show you is about Batocera. You just go to a computer like this, open up Windows Explorer. My Batocera with Orange Pi 5 is on right now, so I'm going to type in Batocera. That's the host name that will enable you to go in there. And when you first start Batocera, it's going to take a couple of minutes for it to start up. Just keep that in mind. So it's not freezing or anything. It's just taking time to configure everything. So give it about 10 minutes or so. And so I'm hooked up to my Batocera. I'm linked to there. You could put all the BIOS files in there. You could put all the ROM files in there. But for this version of Batocera, PlayStation 2 doesn't work, because I tried to put PlayStation 2 games in here and it doesn't show, because for some reason this version of Batocera doesn't support it. But I did put some N64 games in here, which I will be trying out. Did put some NES games, some SNES games as well. Well, it even supports Dreamcast. I will put some Dreamcast games in there as well. And Sega Saturn games. The only thing we can't use is, I guess, Sony PlayStation 2. Okay, so I'll be going to Batocera next. First, let's see the progress of this. This will take a little bit of time. I will also try out Ubuntu as well. See how well that operating system runs. Wait until that disk completes. Now it's almost done. Next thing it's going to be doing is verifying it. And that could take a couple of minutes as well. Make sure you verify it, even if it takes a little bit of time, because you want the image to be copied on your micro SD card correctly so you don't have any problems later. Okay, that's almost done. Okay, good. Just eject your flash drive from here. Pull it out, basically. I think it's done. Okay. That's it. See you at... Okay, now I'm back on Batocera. When you first do this, this could take 5 to 10 minutes. And every time you put in a ROM or put in a BIOS file, you have to restart Batocera for it to go into effect. So when you first start Batocera, you may run into some problems with the sound. So press start, and before you do that, it's going to ask you to configure your controls. So I just do a control mapping right now to just show you. I'm using a Logitech F310 USB gamepad. So just follow directions. Start, select, D-pad up, D-pad down, D-pad left, D-pad right. Left, top, right top, analog up, analog left, analog right side up, analog left. L2, left 2, down. R2, which is on the bottom. L3, L4 hotkey. I will use a select button. If you have a PlayStation button, you can use that as well. That's it. So if you have a problem with the sound, you go to system setting. On the Batocera image that I got from Batocera's website, I couldn't resolve the sound issue. But with this modded version, you can. So you just go to output, select HDMI stereo. This one is set on default and it won't work. I'll show you. I'm going to go back, play that sound. As you can see, you're not hearing anything. There's no sound here. Press start again, go to systems, go to audio out. I think audio output, select this and go to back. Now you could hear, right? I'm gonna set that off because I don't like having that sound. So now the sound works. I'm just gonna run some games and show you that it does work. On the Batocera image that I got from Batocera's website, I couldn't even run any games, and every time I tried to restart, it it would crash. Every time I tried to start an emulator, it would crash as well. So now the sound works and everything. This SBC should not have any problems emulating something like this. Just about any emulator, low-end emulator at SBC can do that, basically. Okay, that's good. So let me get out of here. I'll be running some other emulators too, like MAME. Try this one. I have emulate Batocera tutorial videos. I'll leave that in the video descriptions below on various emulators if you want to learn about it. This is Ninja Warriors. It runs pretty good. Let me get out of here. Of course, it shouldn't have any problem running 16-bit video games. Try something else, like I'll try PlayStation first. Let's try this game. PlayStation is not that hard to emulate either, but just want to see if it works. We get a lot of compatibility or something with this emulator.
Welcome to the stage of history. Battle 1, fight! The grueling battle ended with the victory of Siegfried. You win!
I never had such an easy victory.
Battle 2, fight! The grueling battle ended with the victory of Siegfried. You win!
I never had such an easy victory.
Battle 1, fight!
okay. It runs pretty good. PlayStation 2, no problem. PlayStation 1, sorry, not 2. Whoops, I'm gonna get out of here. Start and select to get out. Or go back to the menu.
Namco.
Okay, let me go back. Let's try Sega Saturn and see how well this works. Guess this one doesn't work. Try something else. It's pretty slow. Not very good. I think it's the emulator. I don't think it's the computer. But no sound distortions, as you can hear. Okay, there's no sound distortion, but it did run kind of bad. Maybe if we change the emulator, maybe we could get better results. Crashed. Oh no, my PlayStation 3 is on. God damn it. I don't want my PlayStation 3 on. Turn off, man. Turn off. Okay, I want my... Okay, good. It didn't crash, just my PlayStation 3 turned on. Okay, I don't want that. Okay, press select, go to advanced options. We can't change the emulator. I guess this is the only emulator that there is for this on Batocera. Okay, let's try this and see if this works. Yeah, I think it's the emulator. It's just flawed. Okay, I guess that's enough for the What, I don't know what this is. Let's see what this is. See if it even works. It does work. Virtual Cop 2, okay, one of my favorite games.
Virtual Cop 2.
See how well this runs. I'm a beginner, don't hurt me.
Beat Chase.
Let's go.
It's crappy. It's just the emulator. But no sound distortions, which is good. No, there are some sound distortions. Louise, Louise. This is horrible. Let me get out of here. That is just no good. Okay, let's try something else. Let's try the N64. I'll be running T-Rock first. This is a more demanding N64 game. I had problems running this game on the Raspberry Pi 4. Before I do that, let's just change some of the settings. I'm going to press select, go to advanced system options. I set anti-tropic filtering. Let's put it at 2x and see what happens. 4x is fine. It was running okay in 4x. So let's just run it at 4x. So you could change those settings on Batocera. So the higher your settings are, the slower your game can run. That's pretty good. There were no problems running that. Okay, let's start. I'm really impressed with the performance. This is pretty darn good. The game is actually playable. It's like playing it on the actual N64. Or even on a computer. very smooth. I have to say it's very nice. Wow, this is playable. This is really playable. Not many SBCs can pull it off. Okay, that was good. That was really good. The final test is GoldenEye. This is the most difficult game to run on the N64. I don't even think the Raspberry Pi 4 could run this game. So far, so good. A little bit of a slowdown there. Good, let's go. Let's get these bastards. This thing runs pretty smoothly. Really surprised. Okay, that ran pretty good. Try one more game. Let's try Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. This is another demanding game. Okay, that ran pretty well. Try some other emulators. Let's try. Try PlayStation. Try Sega Dreamcast. This is a more demanding emulator.
The house. Oh.
We're meeting G over there. Please be safe, G. How could anyone do this?
Graphical glitches. I wonder why. Let's see why. Change the emulator to that. Let's try that.
The house. Okay.
We're meeting G over there. Please be safe, G. How could anyone do?
Runs fine, except for there are some graphical glitches, which does suck. Let's try if this one has graphical glitches.
Namco. Welcome back to the stage of history. Nightmare versus Maxi. Battle 1, fight. This victory strengthens the soul of Nightmare. You win! Battle 2, fight! Victory strengthens the soul of Nightmare. You win! Nightmare versus King. Battle 1, fight! This victory strengthens the soul of Nightmare. You win! Battle 2, fight! This victory strengthens.
Okay, that ran good. No graphical problems with that game.
Let's go.
Somebody help me! Don't shoot! Please, don't shoot! Somebody help me! Don't shoot! Hey! Somebody help me! Don't shoot!
That ran pretty well. Let's try Silent Scope. Last game for Dreamcast. Okay, that ran well. Now I'm back to my Orange Pi 5. This is with Ubuntu. And we're gonna see how well this thing does on the internet, just doing web browsing. And I'm going to go into YouTube and try to play some videos as well. Well, this thing loads up web pages. Should be pretty fast. It's got gigabit Ethernet. Pretty snappy. Okay, good. So let's plays back YouTube videos.
Meet the residents of Element City. Air usually has their head in the clouds.
So far, there's 0 drop frames. Pretty damn good. See right there, 0 drop frames. That's quite impressive. Not a lot of single board computers can run YouTube videos without having problems. Let's see how many resources it actually uses. Or let's see if I could do some multitasking. Okay. We have some dropped range. Not bad. 27. I'm impressed. This single board computer could be used as a regular desktop if you want to. You could probably replace your regular desktop. But you should get the one that has at least 8 gigabytes if you want to do that. There are some problems with this operating system. For example, you can't run YouTube videos at 1080p, which you should be able to do. Just maybe not with this operating system. There are some small issues that could be resolved in the future. Let's see what kind of programs it has. Chrome browser. Is that what the internet? Let me check what the internet browser is. The internet browser is the Chrome browser. Okay, it's Chromium. Anyways, if you have any thoughts, you could leave in the comment section below. And I just want to say some stuff about the Orange Pi 5. It's a pretty impressive single board computer. I think it's as good as a low-end desktop computer, in my opinion. And you could use it as a desktop replacement if you want, but I don't think the operating system is good enough for it. Maybe in the future, if they make it, if they improve it, you could do that probably. But right now, it's pretty quirky. Other than that, I'm pretty satisfied with this Orange Pi PC. I will be using it as a emulation machine. And as an emulation machine, I think 4 gigabytes is basically enough. If you want to use it as a desktop, you should get 8 or 16 gigabytes. I guess some people would probably even try to use it as a server. And you'll probably need even more memory, maybe 32 gigabytes or something. So anyways, those are my thoughts. If you have any thoughts of your own, you could leave it in the comment section below. And thanks for watching.